the future $1 million income earner, man, the incredible Brandon Reed.
I'm in my house, so I don't have my green screen behind me, so I hate how it kind of looks like that. I'm big on quality, but I love showing my backdrop. But I'm going to get started, y'all, for time's sake. Appreciate you guys having me on here. Excited to speak to a bunch of champions, 130 on here. So I'm always fired up to speak to the Ortiz hierarchy and what they're doing. The next $1 million family, the next $1 million earners in the company. Congratulations on that 8th diamond. Congratulations, Leighton, on RVP. Excited for you and seeing what you're about to do with that contract. The greatest contract in American business. The contract that changed a 23-year-old's life when Primerica allowed me to go regional vice president as a college dropout, worked at Walmart, lived off 99-cent Jack-in-the-Box tacos. I don't even know if they have that out in Florida or not, but just struggling. I was so skinny, couldn't even get preferred rates. Like I was unhealthy skinny. But the thing is, I had a vision, had a dream, and I knew that Primerica was the vehicle that could take me there, even when there were times where I didn't feel confident in my business. You know, my first 5 years in Primerica, Brendan, I made $17,000. My first 5 years. Imagine you're here for 5 years, and I'm not talking about averaged income, you know, over that 7. I'm talking about total income. That's about like $3,000 a year, $300 a month. Many of us would have quit and said, "Nah, I ain't doing this, man. I'd rather go work at Chuck E. Cheese and make $8 an hour than work here," right? So the thing is, I knew the potential. And sometimes we got to sit back and understand the potential and not the current situation. We got to realize what the potential could be. And I always held on to what the potential of Primerica could be. I always held on to it. And I mean, you got to think about it. Why do individuals playing football on the practice squad making no money? A lot of them got to go sell insurance on the side and make some money, right? A lot of them got to do different things, but they stick around even when they're not making money, because of the potential of what it could be when they get their shot, as long as they keep working behind the scenes, working on their craft, working on their game, improving, getting better. And eventually they know that one day it's going to be their time to get on that court and show their team what they can do, with the hopes of getting a contract. See, many of you are at that position. You're working behind the scenes. You're in the gym mentally. Some of us, honestly, we need to be in the gym physically as well, because the physical is very important. But the thing is, we're in the gym, we're working behind the scenes, we're working on our craft, mastering the fundamentals, with the hopes that one day our jersey is going to be called where we can get on the field or on the court and we can go deliver. And from there, have the opportunity to get a contract like Leighton has, the greatest contract in American business, to be able to truly go build wealth. Many of us are that person right now on that practice squad. And all I got to say is be patient. Because even though my first 5 years I only made $17,000, the last 5 years, Primerica has paid me $1.8 million, because I was patient and I waited for my contract. Not all of us are going to be first-round draft picks, LeBron James making all-stars our rookie year. Some of us may be late bloomers. You know, Kobe Bryant, he didn't even start until his 3rd year in the league. His first 2 years, he didn't get much playing time at all. But look at the legacy that he created. Look at the accomplishments and the milestones. Many of us may have the Kobe Bryant journey. But today I'm going to talk to you about what allowed me to get over that hump and explode my business. And it was social media. Social media helped me. Now, it's not solely where I built my business, but I learned how to master the social media game that has honestly paid me about $800,000 just from Facebook and Instagram alone, and allowed me to have a consistent business where I can always find a client base. And I'm going to talk to you about the strategies. That right there is my IG. This is what I want you guys to do as we go throughout this. Add me and then go and do the stories and tag me, and I'm going to reshare you. I'm going to follow you back as well. So that way I can post you and share you in front of my 23,000 followers to help you get a boost in your following. But we're going to talk about all the things to help you grow your business through social media today. I had a social media call that I did last night, you know, for I guess you could say the company. A lot of people asked for me to do it. So, and I only allow 100 people to get on the call. And honestly, by 750, we've already reached that 100 plateau. So just know you guys are about to get blessed, because people, you know, they bug me left and right to get on these calls. And I only do them like quarterly. But since Jason and Eric, they're my, you know, as Jason said, they're like cousins. I say, you know what, I'm gonna do it for y'all. So Be ready to get blessed. I'm gonna drop a lot of nuggets throughout and some tips and strategies. But the first thing that we got to have a focus on is, what are you looking to do with your social media? What is your focus? What are you looking to build upon? See, there's two routes that you can go about when building your social media presence. You can go the lifestyle approach, or you can go the professional services route. You know, the lifestyle approach, you're typically showcasing recognition, winning trips, traveling, excitement, people around you, cars, clothes, money, the materialistic things. And yeah, some might think, well, that's a little chauvinistic, a little egotistical. Well, the thing is, in this new era, I'm sorry, it's just how it is. We live in an era where millennials and Gen Zs are attracted by lifestyle. And if you want to recruit and build, then I feel that this stuff will attract that young crowd. Now, of course, depending on the crowd, the young crowd brings the energy, it fills chairs, but that's not primarily the market to build in. You know, the sweet spot is, I'd say, about 28 to 35 married couples. That's kind of more of the sweet spot. But you do want to have that young crowd for the energy, the excitement, but also that young crowd. Guess who could come out of a young crowd? A Brandon Reed, Edouard. You know, you can find some talent in the young crowds, and you can override them longer, right? So it's nothing wrong with getting into the young crowd. Yes, they can be projects, but projects carry what I call potential. So if you're going the lifestyle route and you're looking to attract people to your business to recruit and build your organization, those are the things you do. But if you want to go the professional route, where you're looking to generate a client base, you can still recruit through that, but it's more on a professional standpoint. You're posting about the services you provide, statistics, surveys, client testimonials. I'm gonna give you guys some gems here in a little bit when it comes to that. But then you want to have the nice professional default, suited up. You're posting little flyers, 5 reasons why you need life insurance. You know, did you know 95 million, like little things like that to attract people and for them to see you as a financial professional, not an influencer. See, the lifestyle is more if you're trying to be an influencer. And there's nothing wrong with being an influencer, because honestly, nowadays in this new world, this new economy, influencers are equivalent to doctors and lawyers. Now, I'm not trying to throw no jabs at any doctors or lawyers. We respect you. You went to school for 8 years. I'm sorry that a Logan Paul cannot go to college and be getting paid $20, $30 million a year. I actually was just with Logan Paul. I had a $1 million mastermind conference that I went to. Logan Paul was there. Eric Thomas, my favorite of all time, was there. Alex Rodriguez was there, and tons of other big time legends in business. And it's just crazy the things that you can do with no degree nowadays. And I know doctors are just sitting in their pants. They're like, dang, man, I went to school for 8 years and these jackasses are making all this money, right? But that's the new era that we're in. And you have the ability to do that by becoming an influencer. So find out the approach, the route that you want to go in building your brand. Now let's talk about the do nots. Branding is everything. Etiquette is everything. Quality is everything. You do not want to have selfies as your default. I'm sorry, this ain't MySpace. You don't want to have the bathroom say, I remember them bathroom selfies, right? Yeah, with the flip phone. Yeah, I remember them days, right? Some of y'all too young, like flip phone, what's that, right? Y'all know them the Motorola chirps. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we horrible quality, by the way. Like nowadays, these Androids are better than like professional cameras. It's crazy. I'm sorry, Apple, it's not as good as Android. I'm just saying this. I'm a little disclaimer. But you do not want to have low quality pictures, and don't allow your past to define your future. What do I mean by that? If you was cripping, gang banging, sue whooping back in the day, let it go. Let it go. Even look at Snoop Dogg. He let it go. He hanging. He chilling with Martha Stewart. He kicking it. He's not allowing his past thug life to decide to define his new life and the new things he's doing. Now Snoop Dogg's everywhere. I mean, broadcasting, doing commercials, everything. So we got to make sure we redefine ourselves. We don't need to be throwing up gang signs and pictures. When if I'm taking a picture with Jason and Eric, I'm throwing up a #1 for Primerica. I ain't throwing up a B for Blood or a C for Crib. I ain't doing that. So we got to make sure those are the do nots of your business, because you're building quality. So let's take it to cleaning up your page now. Let's talk about it now. These kind of primarily go more towards Facebook. Let me talk about the 2 primary platforms to grow on and what to focus on when you're using them. There's Facebook and Instagram. Those are the 2 primary platforms. TikTok is cool, But you guys know 68% of TikTok users are between age 16 and 24. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't about to build no business through TikTok. Now, it can help you grow your brand and get you to an influencer route, and you can carry that following into your Instagram. But TikTok is for the young kids. That's the Gen Z app. So just keep that in mind. So my primary focuses are Instagram and Facebook. LinkedIn is cool too. It allows you to go more the professional services route, connect with professionals. I like LinkedIn for connecting. I don't really for content, it's more for connecting with people. And then also Facebook is for networking and connecting. Instagram is for content. The thing about Instagram, if I go add Jason, he doesn't have to follow me back. He's never going to see my stuff. But if I go add Jason on Facebook, he adds me back. We're now connected. So he sees my stuff, I see his stuff. I like Facebook better because of that reason. And then Facebook has on average 500 million users daily. So it has a lot more people, 500 million daily. So, but let's talk about cleaning up your page. Remove things that can hurt your brand. Remove the things that can hurt your brand. Let's talk about what those are. You do not want negative people on your page. They can hurt your brand when they post or comment negative things. If you post something about life insurance and they go on there and say, you need to start doing whole life, it's better, or you make a post about term and they go on there hating and stuff, and maybe you're not ready. Now, if you're in the game and you know how to handle your own, embrace that. Embrace the controversy. And I love it when somebody tries to debate me publicly, because then I put them on blast and I look good between my followers. They're like, man, he knows what he's talking about. But if you're brand new, be cautious, because you get one of these whole life veterans to come in and they say some things you don't know how to respond to. It can make you look bad. It can make you look unprofessional, or it can make you look like you don't know what you're talking about, incompetent. So you got to make sure you remove negative people. Other insurance agents, I hate, if you're an insurance agent outside of Primerica, you don't, no Family First, no PHP, because I don't need you. When I make a post and I have people saying, hey, I want to look at some life insurance, you're going behind and inboxing those people and saying, hey, I can give you some quotes too. See, people are doing those things if you're not protecting your page. Trust me, I got screenshots of my loyal people that send me that stuff and say, hey, I got, this guy, he's in my inbox saying, don't follow you. You're a great guy, but your term is not the best. And I had to put that person on blast. So you got to be careful. Be careful following other MLMers. People that are doing Amway. You make a post about, I'm looking for people that want to make extra income, and they go on and slide in those people's inboxes saying, hey, you don't want to sell insurance, you got to get a license. I can teach you how to make money my way. You can go become a Bitcoin miner, whatever, right? You got to be cautious with that stuff. So make sure that you remove the competition and you also remove controversial people. You want to build a culture of professionalism, and you want to build a culture on your page. You want to have a page where you know that as you're building your brand, nobody's taken away from that. So that's very, very critical. So, all right, let's talk about step 3. The third thing, now it's time to fill up your pipeline. Add a lot of people and be selective. Focus on our market. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper in that. It's a numbers game when it comes to social media. Let's talk about Facebook. Facebook allows you to reach 5,000 people. That's the max that you can have on Facebook, unless you have a business page, and you can have more people like. Now, me personally, I do everything on my personal page. My personal page is my business page. I don't have, I have a business page, but I don't do a lot on there. Can I, should I? Sure. But I get a lot of results from just having my Facebook page. Yes, I can start pushing more, but contrary to belief, I don't spend a lot of time on social media. I ain't got time to be on social media all day. That's for the birds. That's for broke people. I ain't got time to be on social media 7 hours. Average person's on social media 5 hours a day. That's crazy. You know what I can do in 5 hours? I can make $5,000. So now Instagram actually pays me. So if I do decide to be on Instagram, I get paid for reels. I usually make $200 to $300 passively a month from Instagram. And that's just through making reels. I make money on Instagram. So I can be on there more, but still, I ain't got time for that. So make sure you maximize your friends. People to look for: married couples, professionals, old friends. 3 of my direct 4 vice presidents, we all went to high school together. Facebook allowed me to reconnect with them. So use Facebook to reconnect with old friends. Jason, I had somebody post a picture of an old yearbook from us back in the 5th grade. And when I got that yearbook, I said, bet. And I started searching people's names. saying, oh, I remember them. Let's go see if they on here. And I started adding them. Hey, what's going on? Bob, how you been? Long time no see it, man. Did you see that yearbook picture? Hey, take a look at this. Look how young we were. So what you been up to nowadays? Really? Gotcha. Are you doing anything outside of there? Now we need to talk. I remember how ambitious you were back in the day. I don't remember. This was 20 years ago, but I'm a lie. I remember how sharp you were back in the day. And we got to talk sometime. Let's get lunch. Let's get on a Zoom, whatever. Reconnect with old friends. And then also look for mutual friends. You know, when I do this all the time, I always add my clients on my Facebook. Whenever you become a client, hey, I'm gonna add you on Facebook because I send a lot of good content out. I send a lot of good educational posts, and I want you to be in touch with all that stuff, all the different things that I teach. I really do that to get connected to their market, because now we have what's called, their friends can now become my friends. If they go make a post about, I'm going to Florida for the weekend, excited, and I see 17 people like it, I'm going to go look at those 17 people and see who's liking it. I'm going to go see who comments, says, hey, girl, enjoy your trip. I'll be there with you next time. And I'm going to call my client up. What's up, Jason? Hey, just checking in. How's everything going? Any changes we need to make? Hey, Jason, we're friends on Facebook. Who's that Iris I always see you that's commenting on your stuff? You guys good friends? I need you to connect with her. She seems sharp. I don't know if she's looking for extra income, but I'd love the chance to connect with her. You think she'd be open if I could teach her how to make 6 figures? That's what I do to connect with people. Or I may say, hey, I see Iris has a young family. Why you ain't referred me to them yet? I got you on track. You're going to be in a beach at retirement, relaxing, drinking drinks you can't pronounce. Don't you want some friends and family with you? I need to get connected with them. I tell my clients all the time, hey, Jason, you know how wealthy people they got family doctors, family lawyers, family advisors. I want to be the family financial advisor for the Ortiz family. So I need you to connect me with all the other Ortizes. I'm helping you out. I got your life insurance and investments. I want to be that go-to person for the whole Ortiz family, because most families want to have the same advisor, the same doctor. I go to the same dentist my dad goes to. I had the same CPA as my dad. I had the same lawyers as my dad. There are family services. It's the same thing when it comes to the finances. So I tell all my clients that all the time, by the way, just a little referral gem for you guys to have to help you boost your referrals, by the way. So I like dropping gems throughout. So y'all just be ready to collect them like Pokemon. So look for married couples, look for professionals, look for old friends, look for mutual friends. But let's talk about this, because this is critical. When I go add people, I'm not bombarding their inboxes. Anybody tired of adding somebody and 5 seconds later, you got somebody saying, join the Bitcoin mining crusade? As soon as somebody requests me, I go on their page to make sure their bio don't say nothing about crypto or Bitcoin, because I know they're immediately going to go on my page and try to sell me something. I don't even add them. I delete them. I ain't got time for that. That's annoying. And you don't want to be seen as that annoying person. If I go add Brendan, I ain't going straight in his inbox as soon as he approves it. No, I'm going to build a relationship. So this is how I build relationships. As I start to see Brendan post, I'm going to like some of his posts. If he makes a post with his family, I'm going to comment, beautiful family. That builds credibility. And then as I start to make posts or do stories, I always look to see who's watching my stuff. And if I see that Brendan's been consistently watching my stories, I know he's tuned in to my reality show. Because when you have a social media, you're building your own reality show. And you have people that are going to be tuned in and viewing you. So if I see him constantly, I'm going to reach out to him maybe a week later after we add each other. If I see he's watching my stuff, I'm going to go, hey, Brendan, how's it going? I know we connected about a week ago. What do you do for work? Or whatever. There's so many different ways you can break the ice and build a relationship. Sometimes I go the approach, hey, Brendan, how you doing? Hey, my office is hiring and I'm looking for some sharp people that want to make some extra income with the 6-figure potential. Do you know anybody looking for work? I always go the indirect approach. I don't go direct and ask him, do you keep your options open? I ask him, do you know anybody? Because most times they're going to say, hey, I may be interested. But I built credibility with him. I didn't reach out to him right away. I waited until we were tuned into each other's pages. So you got to make sure you become credible with people. All right. And don't worry, once I'm done, I'll do a question and answer segment for those that are starting to form some questions. So let's talk about step 4, because we talked about identifying the brand. We talked about cleaning up your page, filling up the pipeline, right? Now it's talking about consistent content, creative content, because now that you're filling up the pipeline, you got to focus on making sure you have great content to draw people in so they can be tuned into you. So think of thought-provoking posts. Now, be cautious. on taking people's posts. Ask permission, can I share this or can I use this? Most times they're gonna say yes, but don't just go out posting people's stuff without their permission. Because if I see it, I'm gonna go on your comment, I'm gonna put the dash Brandon C. Reed said this, you know, to make sure that, you know, hey, that's my stuff. So make sure you ask people when you're using people's stuff. But think of thought-provoking posts. Engage with your audience on Facebook and Instagram. If somebody comments on your stuff, reply to it. If somebody makes a post, comment on their stuff. What that does, that allows you to build a relationship, but that also allows the algorithm to work in your favor. Social media is an algorithm. If you are engaging with people, they're going to see your stuff more often on their feed. I got a lot of friends. If they all post at the exact same time, I am not going to see all 5,000 people's posts. I'm going to see the ones that Instagram or Facebook says I have the most engagement with. That's how it works. So you want to make sure you're constantly engaging with people. Be creative while creating your social media identity. Everybody's creating the identity that they want. And then because of compliance purposes, somebody's recording this. If it's out of compliance, don't post it. So creativity dominates. What are you doing that separates you from other Primericans? Daily videos, polls. See some daily video ideas. Maybe Thursday, you do tip of the day Thursday or Freedom Friday, where you do a little quick 1-minute story or a 1-minute video and just giving them, I don't know, a concept. Maybe teaching people the rule of 72 or teach people the theory of creep, whatever it may be. Get creative as you're, building your brand. If it's the services route, talk about education. If it's a lifestyle route, talk more about money, business, freedom, success, lifestyle. Do polls. Go on your story and make polls. Are you on track to reaching your goals? And they have the yes or no. Do you have life insurance outside of the job? And they have the yes or no. Are you interested? Have you thought about making 6 figures or whatever? Do polls consistently because that brings engagement. Do live sessions. Live sessions are always great for cross-pollinating following. Me and Jason may get on a Zoom or on Instagram Live, and we do a question and answer segment. And now his followers see me and my followers see him, and they start to gravitate to it. Influencers do this all the time to help them grow their brands. So do live sessions and then custom content. Do some custom content, creating some ideas. Let's talk about some custom content. These are some of the apps that I use and some of the things that you can create. Canva is my favorite. I use Canva every single day creating stuff. It's amazing. Get the premium so you have more access. You can do more things. Canva, I do all my flyers through Canva. I do PixArt for photo editing. Viva Video is great for creating videos. Adobe Photoshop, InShot. Fiverr is great if you don't have a creative bone in your body, you can pay somebody to do it. Fiverr allows you to connect with individuals that are independent contractors that do these things. You can find somebody most of the times they're out in the Middle East somewhere, and they create videos, they do all those things for you. So you're able to connect with people that can create cartoons for you. They can create flyers. You can send them over maybe a video of you speaking on stage, and they'll create a motivational a video, like an Eric Thomas type video for you. So go connect with people on Fiverr so that way you can have your go-to content creator. So those are a lot of the things that I use. And then Emic a style. On here, I have Mario, I have Daniel Alonso, but these are some ideas of some styles that you can emulate. And this is more so for Instagram. Or you can go on there and you can say, okay, I want to start to build a style similar to some of the guys that have great following, that are influencers. So you do your bio similar. Not saying you got to do it exactly like them, but similar. You do the highlights. I see how Daniel, all his are color coordinated. You can tell he's big on yellows. By the way, my full-blown social media training, where I have some of my leaders assist me, they talk about the power in colors. Colors mean things. Yellow brings happiness. That's why McDonald's has the big M in the sky, and their #1 seller is Happy Meals. Their motto is, we love to see you smile. So colors mean a lot. Colors are everything. And you can research and look up what do colors mean in business. And they'll tell you purple means royalty. What red means, red is vibrant. So identify those things. But you can see that's the color of his choosing. Mario's big on golds. So identify a style and imitate it. Now, this is a gem, another gem for you. This is how you grow your Instagram following. Now, it's a slow way of doing it, but it's organic. This is how you grow it. I usually go on Primerica's page, and this is what I do, Jason. I go and see who, if they've just made a post, I go in and see all the people that like or commented on that post because they're Primericans. I go on their page, and then I either follow them if they got a good brand, or I go on and like a few of their posts. If they have a story, I'll watch their story and I'll drop some fire, because what that does is that draws them back to my page. And if my page looks similar to a Mario or a Daniel, they're going to say, oh, this guy's in Primerica, let me follow him. So that's an organic way to boost your following. Now, I'm not saying spend all day doing that, because you got to be in the field. You do not want to substitute this for work in Primerica. Work in Primerica is looking for people to talk to, talking to people, and building relationships. That's work in Primerica. It's not scrolling up and down TikTok videos, getting ideas for your next reel. That's not work in Primerica. That's early morning, late night things after you've done your self-improvement, your spiritual time, working out, etc. So time management is everything, but Emic style. All right, getting down to the finish line. Let's talk about growing your following. One thing you want to do is you want to add a lot of Primericans. You want to add Primerica people for the audience, because Primerica people will like your post, will share your post, will comment on your post. And what that does, that increases your engagement. And what that does, it helps you with the algorithm. It allows you to be seen more. And then also, if I see somebody post something, it may be great, but it got 1 like, and I see somebody post the same thing that got 72 likes, I'm drawn into the one that has the 72 likes. And now if Jason has 72 likes on a post and he reaches out to me, I'm like, man, that dude must be somebody important. He got 70 people liking his stuff. He's important. So add Primerica people to your social medias, so that way you guys can support each other, like each other's posts, comment on each other's posts. And that's the second thing, engage with other posts. Know the best times to post on social media. You can go on Google. When's the best time to make a post? And they'll tell you the times to post on certain days so you can get the best engagement. Create growth groups. Growth groups are on Instagram, where you're able to go in and do a message and have a group message of a maximum of 30 people. And whenever Liz makes a post, she goes into that group and says new. And then everybody in the group sees that she has a new post. And they go on there and like and comment on her stuff, because that helps her increase her engagement. And everybody supports each other in that group as they're growing their brand. Another thing is find an automation system or a social media marketing company like Fiverr. If you ain't got time, that's what Mario has, that's what Ian has, that's what Jake has. All these people have automation companies. They pay people to run their social media because they ain't got time to go through on people's page and get the organic following. So they let a system get the organic following for them, where they pay somebody $50 a month, $100 a month, and all they do is go on people's page, like it, to draw following back to them. So those are things to do to have automation systems working in your favor. So last thing I'm going to talk about are some tips and strategies to now taking all the things we talked about to creating business and making you money. So I'm gonna take off this because you guys see my IG stuff. So I'm tired of looking like a little ghost. So I'm gonna take off this back screen right here. Boom, there we go. It looks much better. So I hate to look tacky if you ain't got a green screen. I ain't in my office, so I ain't got my green screen. So the thing is, now I'm really about to drop some stuff right now. So this is gonna help a lot of you guys probably close some premium today. These are the things that I do. One of the things that I do is I go to Facebook groups. I think one of the best things on Facebook that they have, a lot of people don't take advantage of to expand your network, is join Facebook groups. They literally have Facebook groups that you can join for people that are looking for extra income. For people, now some of them are looking for jobs, but you can qualify them through asking questions and ask them, are you currently working? If they are currently working, well, are you looking to supplement your income, or are you looking to change jobs because you want a little bit more money? They say, well, I'm actually looking for something to supplement my income. Oh, really? Well, have you ever thought about getting an insurance license? It's one of the best kept secrets to creating first generational wealth. You have the ability to work from home. You get a professional license and you can control your income, making as much as you want in as little as time as possible. Most people are racing to get licensed in this field. That might be something more of a fit versus going and picking up a job, working 20 hours a week. Let's talk. So you can connect with people, other groups. You can join real estate groups, real estate of Tampa. where you'll see all the real estate agents in Tampa and build relationships with them. Sales groups. I'm a part of a sales group. It's an American sales group. A lot of salespeople in there. And I randomly, you have people in there that say, drop your biggest income month, or they'll say, you know, on a post, what made you get into sales? And I comment on all this stuff. And some people comment and ask me questions. They'll go on, because I said I made $73,000 a month before. So they'll go on there and say, man, what do you do? How'd you do that? And they'll go and add me. And now I'm boosting my following. So join Facebook groups. I love adding real estate agents and CPAs. What do real estate agents always do when they sell a home on Facebook? What do? I can hear somebody say it. Unless it's everybody's muted. Can't nobody talk.
They post about it.
There we go. They post about it. And guess what they do also? They post about it and then tag the person they sold the home to. So if I went in, Brendan's a real estate agent, and I added, and I built a relationship with him. I messaged him and I, said, hey, Brendan, how's it going? I see you're in real estate. How long you been doing it? I asked him some questions. I engage with them. Maybe get on a Zoom. Hey, let's see how we can help each other out. I got to get my charger. And from that, I built a relationship with him. And then a week later, I see him post about closing a sale. And then I'm gonna go reach out to that person he closed. Hey, how's it going, Liz? Congratulations on your home. I'm a good buddy of Brendan's. I'm be working with a lot of his clients. I help them with the second part after getting their home, which is getting out of debt, making sure they have protection for the home, and building up their investment assets. We'd love the chance to talk. We now know that they're in the market. They're married. They just got a home. So I'm going to go build a relationship with them. But the first thing I did is I made sure I built a relationship with Brendan first. And I added, hey, Brendan, I'd love to send clients your way, and if possible, do the same. Let's sit down. I can learn more about what you're doing. You can learn more about, let's do lunch. I want to build a relationship. So now every time Brendan closes a sale, I'm going to go, I have the right, I'm going to ask him if it's okay first. I'm going to go reach out to his people. And I'm going to tell Brendan, if I help anybody, I'm going to throw you a little kickback. I do those things all the time if I want to find business. So those are the things you want to do in connecting with real estate agents. Another thing that you want to do, it's another gem for you. I add all my clients on Facebook, like I mentioned earlier. And guess what I do? Whenever I close business with them, what I do, Brian, is I tell them, hey, I need you to do me a favor, Brian. Can you make a post on Facebook? And I usually have a scripted post of them to do, or they could say what's on their heart. And then they say something like, so excited, made a great decision today. I got my life insurance and my investments set up with Brandon Reed. They tagged me in it. And now I'm on track to make sure my family's secure and I can now build a legacy. Contact him. He's amazing. And guess what? All those people like it. People comment on it. I'm friends with them. I see all that. And now I say, hey, Brian, who's that Timothy? Who's that? They said they want to talk. Is it cool if you give me their number and I'll give them a call? And then I go through all the people that liked it, and I go add some of those people if I have enough room. And I start inboxing them. Hey, how's it going, Iris? I'm good. I'm Brian's financial advisor. He mentioned that you may be interested in some of the things that I do, the free education that I teach, and the strategies that I help to put people on track to reaching their goals. Love the chance to talk. Yes, let's set something up. I do this all the time. And then a lot of times I tell my client, Brian, you make that post, I'm gonna send you a little $10 Starbucks gift card for helping me out. So you guys understand these are free, these are commercials. You have people advertising for you. See, if State Farm wants to advertise on TV, they got to spend tens of millions of dollars. I spend a $10 Starbucks gift card for Brian to go post among his 1,200 friends on Facebook. These are the ways that you stretch and grow your client base, easy referrals. And then lastly, final gem is if I want to find some quick premium, think about the people that you do business with. Your barber, is he a client of yours? Your hairstylist. Well, I've been talking to my hairstylist and they always give me the runaround. Well, what you do is you tell your hairstylist next time you see him, hey, Iris, when we going to sit down and talk? I want to represent you. I want to be your go-to financial advisor. When can we talk? I got a client of mine, she does hair. She's been begging me to go see her, but I'm being loyal to you. I need you to be loyal to me. I do that all the time to people, Jason. I tell them all the time, I say, I need you to be loyal. Hey, she's a client of mine. She supported me. You ain't supporting me. I'm loyal to you, though. That's why I'm still coming. But I need you to be loyal to me now. I need you to do business with me only if I can help you. And if she still gives you the runaround, go find somebody else. Go on Facebook and post. I need who does hair? And I go, people are going to tag a bunch of people that do hair. You can go look at their work, go see if they're married with kids, and say, hey, I see you do hair. I'd love a chance to support you in business. I'm looking for a hairstylist. And question, are you looking for anybody, an advisor? Are you looking for a financial coach to help you in building your assets? Let's do business together. I do that with somebody. If I'm looking for a tax advisor, who does taxes? And then you get a bunch of people that comment on there. I do it. And I go through and look for somebody in the market. And I say, hey, Brian, I'd love to support each other in business. I'm looking for advisor. Do you work with anybody for your finances? If they say, yes, I do. I go to the next person. Do you work for somebody for your finances? I go look for people that do Herbalife, and if I need some quick premium. Now, I want you guys to understand, I average, when I was in my grind, I averaged about 20,000 personal. The most I've written personal was 42,000 in personal premium a month. So I know how to find premium. So a lot of times, if I need some quick premium, I go find somebody to do Herbalife or any type of supplements and say, hey, I'd love to do business together. I'll buy some of your stuff. You support me as a client long-term. And just like that, we become clients. I'm going to make sure they're in the market. I'm going to make sure there's truly a need. I'm going to make sure they keep it for 13 months at least. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But these are the things that I do through social media. So I hope this stuff helped. I know we got 8 minutes left. I want to allow enough time for some questions and answers. But I hope this helped you guys a lot and just understanding the tips and strategies on building your social media, the things that you can do to create business, to create opportunities. And Jason, I'm gonna turn it back to you.
All right, Brendan, that was incredible, man. That was unbelievable. You were dropping nuggets the entire time there as far as things that we could do to generate business. I'm gonna open it up to anybody. If anybody's got some questions, we got a question from John Ferrialo's got his hand up. Leighton's actually, let's go with Leighton real quick first, and then John, I'll come to you. Leighton Brown, what's your question you got for Brandon?
Hey, Brandon, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up, Leighton?
Hey, Brandon, thank you so much for that training, man. I got a book of notes. My thumbs are actually hurting from typing so much. Really appreciate that. So one of the things I was doing, I want to see if it was good or bad, is that on Facebook, because I was aware that years ago that you only have 5,000 followers, I didn't want to be flooded with Primerica people because my thought process was they're already in Primerica. I can't prospect them. I can't deposit with them. Will you suggest that I keep doing it? I know you said earlier to, you want the audience, but on Facebook, since there's a limit, what do you suggest with my DMs are filled with Primerica people to be added? I don't want to be, should I not add them, or what should I do?
Yeah, don't add them if you already maxed. If you already maxed out, don't add them. Unless it's a family, friend or something like that, somebody on the team. But then also what I do is I go through my 5,000 friends occasionally, and I do it when I get emails about whose birthday it is, and I go on there and see who's not active on Facebook, or I go through my friends list and see who has the regular default with the little blue face, knowing that their account's not active, but they're still filling up my 5,000 friends, and I go remove those people to give me more room. So I'm constantly going on there and removing people to give me room. I like being at 4,980. Whenever I get to that 5, I start to remove people, whether it's people that aren't active on there anymore, because a lot of those people aren't active. If it's people that are in Primerica, but they never say anything or don't comment or say anything on my post or post anything, I remove them. Or people that, I've talked to about the business and they say, no, I'm never going to do Primerica, or people that quit. People like that, I remove them so I can get fresh new blood in.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jason got kicked out. He just let me know. So Brian Turner, Regional Vice President, I see you got a question. So go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, what's up, Brandon, man? That was an awesome training. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that so much. You were stating earlier about going in and looking at people's profile. Could you touch a little bit on that and tell me what you're looking for as far as, exactly what you're looking for when you look at their profile?
Okay. Now, if it's on let's say if I'm looking at professionals, because I'm looking for people that I can connect with for possibly recruiting opportunities, like real estate agents, looking at their default, looking at the things that they post. Then honestly, people in general, let's say if it's a regular person, I'm going through their posts to see if maybe they said something about looking for work, or I hate my job, or anything that I can bite on, I can use, and I'm a comment on there for arsenal for me to either recruit them or for them to become a client. So, or I may see a post saying that they started their own business. Anything that I can do to be an icebreaker for me to have a conversation with them. Now, also, I look through people's stuff to make sure that they ain't ratchet either. Like I didn't add no gangbang or something like that, or somebody that's posting twerking videos. That's another thing I go look for. I ain't adding them. No, thank you. Reject. So I look for those things as well. I look for quality people, because people can see your mutual friends. They say, "Oh, hold on, Brian follows them. Why Brian following them?" So you got to be cautious with that.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
All right, we got time for one or two more questions. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, brother? I appreciate you, Brendan.
I'm good.
Antonio, good to meet you. Good to
I was
meet
trying
you.
to see your picture pop up, but what's up, Antonio?
So my question to you, brother, is how much is this social media? Is that your main source of generating business, or are you mixing in a bunch of different things as well on top of social media, or how much percentage wise is social media of your actual business?
That's a great question. I'm big on because I train on diversified prospecting. For me, 80% of my prospecting is in a new recruit's warm market, because that's prospecting. So 80% of my prospecting comes from that. 10% comes from cold market. The other 10% comes from social media. But it also has changed over time. When I first got in, or I was looking to get things cranking in my business and I didn't have a warm market, and also for the 80%, that's also calling up clients, getting referrals from them. So things of that nature, staying in somebody's warm market or your own warm market. But in the beginning, it was more like, I didn't have much of a warm market and I had anything going in my business, no recruiting. Yeah, I was flatlined. It was more like a 50-50, 50% cold market or networking, and then 50% coming from social media. But my focus was 10 contacts a day. So whether it was 5 out and about, 5 on social media, or if I only got 3 on social media, I get 7 out and about. As long as I got at least 10 contacts a day, no matter what it came from, that's what I focused on. Maybe it was a snow day and I couldn't get out and about, so I had to get the majority on social media. But I always focused on 10 contacts. Now, the good thing about being out and about is you have the ability to show your face, so they have more trust, only because on social media, there's so much scam and BS going on where people have a hard time trusting people. So it takes a bit more time to build credibility, versus if you meet somebody out and about, you're dressed nice, you're professional. Somebody said, "What's a snow day?" I know we barely get that in Texas too. We get ice days in Texas. We don't even get snow, we just ices. So the crazy thing about Texas, if it hits 30 degrees, schools are canceled. Even if the sunshine is, schools are canceled. But the thing is, I diversified it between cold and social media in the beginning. Nowadays, I don't do no cold market because I have a large client base. Right. I have a large base. So I mean, if I'm out and about occasionally, I'm at the bar watching the game, go Warriors, I'm at the game, and I'm talking to somebody about the game, and then I have a conversation with them. But I don't wake up no more saying I got to get 10 names a day because of where I'm at in my business. Right. Only because that. I'm not saying that. Now, the first level of freedom in Primerica is SVP 300,000. That's the first level of freedom. If you're not there, you got to be grinding. There is no freedom. There is no relaxing. There is no sleeping. SVP and 300,000 is the first level of freedom. Not saying that you can just sit back and relax on overrides, but now you can decide to slow down a little bit in your business. Not a lot of it, because most are still going for $500,000 and beyond. But that's the first level of freedom, because at least you're gonna make at least 10 to 15,000 a month from your first generation overrides and bonuses. So it just depends on where you're at in your business. If you have a lot of low-hanging fruit, if you have a large base of clients. But I also tell people, do what's comfortable for you. If you're the type of person that knows how to get into the schools, knows how to do lunch and learns, knows how to go into, build a relationship. And now I get to go to all the AT&T corporate offices in the DFW because I built a relationship with the person that handles that. If you're able to do those things, that's a great way to prospect right there. Going to dentists and doctors' offices. If you're not there yet, cold market. If you have a great social media platform, you can get a lot from there. So I'm big on diversifying.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Brandon, real quick, man. Jason told me I had the last question, so I had to get this one out. But I'm one of those guys, man, that you mentioned that don't have that creative bone when it comes to social media. So where would you, obviously I know you mentioned the app and everything, but how do you find that social media marketer, the person to help you with the page? Because I know I get messages all the time for people wanting to help me out with it. And I'm like, I don't know if I could trust you or whatever it may be. So where would you, how would you recommend finding the right person for that?
You're a businessman. So somebody's coming to you and say, okay, I need this. It's kind of like on Shark Tank. Somebody's coming to you and they're trying to pitch their services. Ask the questions. Ask them, well, do you got some work? Who are some of your clients that I can go check out? I can get some, maybe get some references. Can I have a 7-day trial? Like, I ain't just about to say, hand you, like, I had a social media company I was paying $1,000 a month for 90 days. And it was great. It helped me in increasing understanding the things to focus on. It came with my own photographer that I could call to do photo shots for whenever I needed to. And I have my own studio that I can use. So a lot of times in the past, whenever I was doing conference calls for people, I do it at the studio. So it'll be in like a setting, like if I was Grant Cardone and I record that content and post videos. Some of you guys, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see some of those reels and videos that I created from it. So it came with all those things, but then it got to a point like, well, now I got all these connections. I got the photographer. I can call him whenever I want. I pay him, of course. I can go use the studio whenever I want to. I pay, of course. And what you guys are posting, I can do that myself. So I don't need y'all no more. Thank you for your time. But I learned everything I needed from y'all, and I'm gonna go take what I got and go do it myself. So I'd say go on Facebook, make a post, who's a social media marketer or who does social media advertising, whatever, and get some people to throw some people your way. And, do an interview with them and ask them questions, ask them how they can help your brand. And if you decide, if your heart feels, okay, I feel good about this person, move forward with them. But a lot of times you can take social media courses too. I mean, it may cost, but find somebody where you can do a training, online training, or go to YouTube. How to build my social media brand as a business professional. Look at videos. Everything is out there for you to learn. Maybe you have some conferences that are coming up. I went to this MDM recently. They got social media conferences where you may have to fly out to Vegas and go to a 3-day conference with Gary Vee. So those are the things that you do to help broaden your knowledge and understanding.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Brandon.
No problem.
Awesome, Brandon. Thank you so much. One more real quick. I know that there's a bunch of people on the call still that have some questions. I'd encourage you guys to follow Brandon. Brandon, real quick, tell them what your Instagram handle is real quick so they can follow you, ask these questions to you directly. Go ahead, man.
Absolutely. Brandon C.Reed. I put in the chat as well, but Brandon C.Reed. And and the cool thing is I do a lot of, usually quarterly, I do social media trainings that anybody's welcome to plug into. I have John Lavin was on yesterday with his team. Just a bunch of people that plug in, whether I override them or not, doesn't matter. I just love pouring into people, giving people the knowledge and nuggets. Because one thing I know, Jason, I can give everybody the game plan, but don't nobody know how to work like me.
Right.
And if they do commend them, they'll get big. But I trust my work ethic. I can give everybody the recipe of success. But most people I know, they ain't willing to go cook with it.
Facts.
I give them the eggs, I give them the baking powder, but don't nobody want to go bake. So I love pouring in. So if you follow me, you'll be able to see different, flyers of when my next events are where you can plug into and just learn.
Absolutely, man. And I have no doubts on that whatsoever. I know you're going to absolutely help out anybody there, man. That's incredible. You say it all the time, man. The business is not easy, right? We have to go to work, but it's very simple, the process, especially when you lay it out like that. You've been through it before, man. One last thing, just want to give Coach Ed his respect here and just kind of, say his last thank you to you, Brendan, and we'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, Brendan. Hey, listen, Brandon. We got a Brendan in the house also, but Brandon, let me tell you, I cannot tell you, I learned a ton. They say an old dog can learn new tricks. Well, listen, I learned quite a bit today, and you just took it to the old school, was doing exactly what you're doing, but face to face. Okay. And Yvonne was saying, man, Ed, that's exactly how you do it, but you do it on a face to face basis. But this new technology in this new era that we're in, with all these, this next generation coming up, man, we must adapt. And what you're doing, I know that a lot of folks on this call right now, they're way ahead of me when it comes to social media and doing all that good stuff. Okay. I'm catching on right now, but I'm looking at this thing and I tell you, man, you've mastered it. And I really, truly appreciate you. You're investing your time with us, showing us a way to go. And thank you so much, man. And my regards to the family, man. And let's go. Let's continue building it, man. So really appreciate you. And Jason, thank you for setting that up, man. Truly love you guys.
Yes,
awesome.
Sir. Yes, sir. No problem.
Appreciate
Brandon,
that.
Thank you so much, man. We can't thank you enough. Thank you to Eric for setting this thing up as well. And hey, man, look, it's only one thing if we take this information in 1 year out the other. Knowledge is only power if you apply it, man. Get this stuff, just like Brendan was saying, the notes that you have, review them, go back and apply them immediately so you can change your business. Brendan, from the bottom of my heart, brother, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Anything you need, you know, Toga's got your back. And with that being said, man, let's go ahead and unmute everybody here. Say thank you. And y'all know who we are. We
Aviators. Oh.
Let's go. Let's go.
Aviators.
Appreciate you, Brandon. You're the man. Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one. Excited to see y'all get that ruby ring. I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader when I see that happen. I'm excited to see you guys make that happen, and excited to see everybody at convention. The greatest event is right around the corner. You got to be there. It changed my life, and I'm excited to meet everybody, hug, handshakes, pictures, and everything else. So see you guys later. Have a good one.
Love it, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Let's get after it. Have a great day, everybody.